Hey guys, I'm super privileged today because you know what? I met that very famous person. It's Marina. Hey Marina,
Hi, Nick.
nice to meet you here. And right now we are in Minsk, and I got a fascinating opportunity to interview you. And can you start by describing the place we are currently in?
So now we are currently at the Hotel Belarus, and where the International House of Minsk conference takes place. So this is a
Yeah.
lovely place, and I have just had dinner on the 22nd floor
Did
with a
you?
nice view of the city.
It's quite early for dinner, but
I'm fine.
okay. Sure.
I'm fine. I think so. Just it's I'm just.
Oh, okay, right. So, why it is a fascinating opportunity for me because actually Marina has founded like half of like English language schools in Russian internet. Is it true?
No, it is not. So he's just pulling my leg.
Yeah, but I know that you were like somehow associated with SkyM. Did you found this school?
No, I didn't. So back to what I did was I did some strategic consulting and for the company. So I was involved in the product development of Inbox and of several apps, as well as teacher training programs. And I was involved into founding B2 and launching B2B direction of Skyeng.
Wow, sounds like I don't know, like a huge universe because like you know just an English teacher.
Yeah,
what I
so
want.
that's why I call myself a teacherpreneur. I've been doing like different projects for the last 7 years. So apart from teaching, I have been doing something else: courses, strategic consulting, planning, mentoring, all this stuff. So I'm not only a teacher, a teacherpreneur.
Yeah, right. So, was it you who first introduced this principle or this like concept of a teacherpreneur?
Actually, a teacherpreneur is a person, while teacherpreneurship is a concept. I'm not the first person who introduced this, and I'm not even sure that this concept started from ELT. Once I was just browsing the internet and I came across the word teacherpreneurship, and at that point, I think it was around 2012 or 2011 when I understood this is who I am. And since that time, I started to promote the idea. So firstly, I started to call myself and try to explain to people what it is. And sometime later, many people call themselves teacherpreneurs, and I'm very happy.
With the same goes with me. I'm very happy to be a teacherpreneur because.
Why is that? So why do you call yourself a teacherpreneur?
Why do I call me that? Well, like the first thing is that I get a lot of attention. So even people that like never say hello to me, they watch at least of like a couple of dozen videos. It's a fact. Yeah, and like I get to say, and like the thing is that, for example, at a conference, it's not a good place for me to talk because I struggle like understanding like who my audience is, etc., etc.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
all these like logistics and stuff.
Right.
But like what I noticed in your profile, like I've been following you somewhere, like or maybe everywhere, like contact, like all this like social media.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think you visited like 15 countries just during the last month.
Not 15 actually, you're just exaggerating,
Oh,
but
yeah, I'm exaggerating, yeah.
I do
For
travel a lot, and travel and work is my motto, so I do not work in travel, but I travel and work.
Okay.
Well, I've been, I don't know, so I would say like I've been to 20 cities for the last 3 months.
It's incredible.
But yeah, I've just visited Vietnam, England. I think that's it.
Vietnam, England. So a great succession, if you ask me.
Yeah, and actually I always make tours. So that's why I visited 10 cities in Vietnam and around 8 cities in England, I guess
England.
so. Yeah,
Right.
I visited Northern Ireland, like Belfast, then a Game of Thrones tour, then Oxford, London, something else.
Are you going
I
to
forgot.
launch a course based on the Game of Thrones?
No, of course
No.
I'm not. I'm just a big fan. But I've heard a lot. I've heard some spoilers, so I'm
Okay.
very excited about the beginning of Game of Thrones. And I will post a very nice photo, me as the Queen of the North.
Of the Norse.
I think
Yeah.
so. Or maybe the Queen of Seven Kingdoms. I
Are
don't
you
know.
going to circumnavigate all these seven kingdoms on a dragon,
I think I
or
am.
probably on a dead dragon?
I don't think so.
All right.
Okay.
Well, talking about our clients. As for me, I work for individual students, for the
Right.
most privileged ones who can pay who can pay the tuition fee, because it's higher than
The average. Okay.
Obviously, yeah. And I want to ask you, like, who are your primary students, or like your target
At the
audience?
moment, actually, at the moment, I have only 5 students, and I have different students. I have 2 old students who work as senior managers, and they are from different spheres. But mostly, I work with top managers and CEOs of the companies.
Sorry, tough managers, like tough.
Well, they can be tough at work, but they are very friendly and lovely with me.
Okay.
I'd say so. Yeah. So,
Sorry
but
for the interruption.
yeah, that's fine. But now I work a lot with teachers, so I would say that probably teachers, like freelancers, are my main audience at the moment.
Right. What I notice is that this format of online conferences is getting so very popular. Unfortunately, as of now, I have my schedule pre-scheduled for weeks and maybe months. So unfortunately, there's no place for such events, for the whole day or for several days.
Okay.
Do you have a lot of people getting enthusiastic about it? Is it the future?
Well, actually, there are several questions here. The very first question is, are online conferences getting really popular? Yes, they are, but there is a very big problem: how to engage people during the conference and how to make them watch actually these videos afterwards. Because many people buy, but I'm not sure about the percentage of how many of them watch it. So that's why you have to think about the analytics. I haven't done any analytics before, but at the moment I have uploaded all the videos to YouTube. At least I can check the number of viewers, and not the people, but the viewers at least. The second question is whether people are enthusiastic about it. That all depends about the topic. At the moment, there is so much information. There are so many people who do something. They start live streams. They make webinars. They run their online courses, and I think people are overwhelmed with lots of information, and they don't know where to find. That's why my main audience are people who want to go freelancing, or people who want to be healthier. Mentally healthier when they work with their clients. It's about how they negotiate with clients, how they resolve conflicts, and all of that stuff. And this is why I discuss at my events, at my courses, and in my public, actually.
Right. So as far as I can see, you are aspiring mainly teacher training, but
what do you mean aspiring teacher training?
you see your main audience, all the attention that you attract via online, social media and all, they are teachers. For example,
teacher trainees. That's
right.
true. That's true. Because unfortunately, I have time only for 5 students, and all my time is booked.
Okay.
As for consultancy, sometimes I do consulting, and sometimes I organize conferences and take some gigs. But people usually find me and by word of mouth, so I do not target them. And actually, I don't even target the teachers at my profiles. In my contacted group, yes, so that's all about teaching and everything. But on my social media pages, I usually blog about everything which interests me, about my travels, about my work, about my students' progress, everything.
I see. 5 years ago in Minsk, there were 10 English schools.
Right.
Today there are there are
40-ish?
Maybe thousands or millions or billions.
Okay, less, but
of course
yeah.
I'm exaggerating. It's
Yeah.
a kind of a figure of speech. But what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of noise online, and in this noise, in this day and age, how do you get to choose the best teacher for yourself?
Well, that really you should define what a best teacher is, what the best teacher is like. For example, what kind of teacher you want. This is I
want
just
the best
portrait. One. So, okay, you want the best one. What does it mean the best teacher? I mean, so do you want him to be native or non-native speaker? Do you want him to teach you online or offline? Do you want him to, to follow the course book or to prepare some individual materials? And so I would just think, or just then certainly the price, because so you can want the best teacher, but if you're not able to pay for him,
with
what's
minimum
the point?
cost.
I
want the best teacher with minimum cost.
Okay, go to Skyeng then.
Okay. Some advertising.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. Yeah. I mean, so just there are several resources where you can do this, like Skyeng, italki, and many others. But I would probably do is I would write a post on social media and I would ask people for recommendations, like can you advise me any English tutor? Or if I do not have any time, or if I have vice versa a lot of time, I would probably go and browse Instagram or Facebook, and I will just try to find interesting public pages of the people, and then just probably ask a few questions and probably start lessons with that person, with that teacher. I'm not sure it will be about the best price. I mean, I'm not sure it will be about the cheapest price.
Yeah, right.
I think the cheapest price is not the best option. Sorry.
Yes.
I think because people are like teachers who charge very little, they often are dissatisfied with their own development, and they are dissatisfied with lives.
Do you mean professional development?
Professional and personal development. They are always tired because as they take little money, they have to work more, and so they're always tired. They are dissatisfied with their life, with their development. So, I mean, I cannot speak about the majority of people, but what I see is the picture like this. Maybe this is just the surrounding around me.
As a result, probably many teachers get burned out, but for me, for example, it's a good thing because if the more teachers get burned out, okay, I'm just kidding. Of course, it's not, for me, it's not good. I want to see colleagues who are developed, who know the market, and who can sustain meaningful conversation. But what's going to happen in the future? Is VR or AR going to substitute us or not?
I think that's a bit difficult question to answer at the moment. But so what I can see right now is the technology is really developing. And for example, even now we have got some technologies we have got, they are called, I forgot the name of the company, but there are earphones which cost around $180, and they translate everything into the language, for example, into your own language. They can hear English speech and they translate into Russian speech. So at the moment that doesn't work really nicely and accurately, but Google is learning, and maybe in 2 years that will work much better. So there will be definitely people who will be using these kinds of technologies, but I'm not sure about the percentage of the people. So if we speak about the people, I would say that some of the people will stop learning English because they will have technologies like earbuds or something like that. The second category will be people who started learning at the very beginning. That's why they will not have to learn English at later years. So there will be enough for them. And of course, people who are 30 plus probably will still continue learning English, but the role of the teacher will shift. And I think this is what we need to take into consideration. So if previously a teacher was a source of knowledge for people, for students, at the moment a teacher is more like a facilitator, a coach, a mentor, who helps with individual trajectory, for example, who helps to keep your motivation or something like this. And if you continue doing these things, I mean, not to be a source of knowledge, but create added value for the student, I think then you'll still have your job. But I would consider just learning something about coaching, mentoring, facilitation, about the skills like that.
Wow, that's a very meaningful answer. Thank you very much, because it resonates with my point where I stand. Because what I see today is like more and more people leave their jobs they didn't like.
That's true.
And what they do is they join Instagram, they join social media and start promoting their services. They become coaches. Even one of them in my Facebook list promotes herself, and she wouldn't get a single like for her post, but she would do it anyway. So such a huge determined, like she's so determined to become a coach. You see.
Well, and what? Okay.
The question.
Yeah. What's the question? I'm sorry.
What to do with the competition?
The competition, I think so. Previously we lived in the era of competition. Now we live in the era of collaboration.
Oh.
And I think what we can do as teachers, for example, we can find our own specialization, something which we really like and something which we can do really well. For example, you work with young learners very well, or you absolutely love working with kids. So you may find your specialization and work with what you like. And at the same time, you need to have a couple of teachers whom you can recommend. And for example, if somebody comes not from your target audience or you are fully booked, you can always invite people, or not invite people, but share the contacts of your colleagues with somebody else. As you have mentioned, so now more and more people create their, for example, Instagram pages, and they promote themselves. This is one of the tools. I mean, if your audience is in the social media, yes, you need to speak about it. But if, for example, 10 students is enough for you, and these 10 students come to you by word of mouth, and you need to have, for example, to attract new students only twice a year, maybe then for example, your post on your personal page will do. But if you want to create, for example, online courses, or if you want to do some massive things, or you need 100 of students, then of course you need to have your personal page, and you have to develop and just write something for your audience so that they could see that you are an expert, they can trust you, and you can help them to solve their issue. And one more thing about collaboration is, for example, when I do some of my projects, I always think like, who else can be interested in the same audience? For example, who else is interested in online conferences, or who else is working with business English? And then I come to them and I say, come on, do you want to take part in this project? Or can you share your experience or something with me, or just with the people? And most of my, for example, projects are promoted via partnership programs.
Yeah, so partnership, that's resonates a lot with me. Why? Because I get a couple of study abroad consultants.
Okay.
To give my contacts to their prospective students. And it's my actually primary target audience, because if they receive my contact from a trusted source, chances are they're gonna value my service. They're gonna pay me, and they're gonna be after doing so, they're gonna be happy with my services I render.
That's true. So because you are trusted, and I mean, so you were recommended, and if you haven't, and then, for example, they're looking for example, business English in Minsk, and then they see a huge number of people, and they do not understand how they can choose this person,
right?
Or how can you trust the person you have chosen? That's why partnership, collaboration, and good reputation, I think, because reputation is an asset and is a new currency of today's modern world, I would say.
These are the golden words, I would say. But can you define reputation?
So what I mean by reputation is how, what people speak about you. I mean, how they value, not value what they say about you. For example, this person helps. These teachers.
Very nice.
No, he's very nice. Okay, but the people do not usually go with that reputation. For example, reputation is Okay, she always helps to get her students high scores,
Okay.
for example, or her students, for example, always pass exams with a high
flying
score.
colours,
Yes.
right.
Or, for example, I don't know. So this person
something-
is a very
something
interesting,
tangible,
yeah.
yeah.
Or, for example, this person is she's an interesting person who is genuinely interested in you. I think
Okay.
even this can be enough. And so when you have this reputation is actually very closely connected to your to the perception of you as a professional and as a person. I
Yeah.
think they go together. And I don't know, you may have good reputation, like whatever they say, even if you're a kind person, I think this is still a good reputation. Or I
To
have
start
got,
with.
or I have got, for example, a couple of people with whom I have very bad experience. For example, a person broke his word, a person didn't pay for my lesson, or for example, the person.
That's where you started charging advance payment, actually.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
This moment always comes.
Yes, but still, sir, it's just you always know. And then the question is, do you still want to work with these people or not? Because I never work with people with bad reputation. No matter if it is my partner, it is my future student, or my future customer for whom I will be doing consulting. So I'm very picky about my clients, and I can afford it.
High five, completely.
Yes.
Same here. To close down the conversation, because we are about
To listen to the next
yeah.
plenary.
Yeah. Could you define three things to remember always when studying or teaching or doing something? Three,
For whom?
For a student when he studies,
For a
a
student.
teacher when he teaches, for a listener when he attends a conference.
Oh, so these are very, very different categories of people, actually.
Okay. So the advice should be highly customized.
Highly customized. Well, I think this is just the general advice for what we do. So,
Cats eat bats.
actually,
bats
so
eat cats.
do what you love and love what you do.
Okay.
This is the very first thing. That is, so if you do something, if it is learning English or
Right.
teaching students or, I don't know, attending conferences, try to find just do what you love. For example, if you don't love, for example, I don't know, doing what? For example, attending... So no, that's not a relevant example.
Putting your leg again.
For example, if you don't like...
If I like speaking,
if you like speaking and
I
you
like
don't...
attention, for example.
No, so get it. Why not? I mean,
Thank
and
you.
then, for example, and if you do not have a choice and you have to do something, at least find something pleasant about it. For example, you don't like studying grammar, but you need to cram it for exam.
Enjoy the small things.
Find something to enjoy in everything which you do.
I think it's a very great closure. Thank you so much. I'm happy to meet you.
Yeah.
And I hope it's going to be just the beginning of a meaningful conversation, at least
Bye,
online. Don't forget to like our post. It was
sure.
Nick Speaks with
Marina Kladova, the author of the Public Pro Freelance for Teachers, the author of the Project Freelance Kitchen, and a couple of more online conferences
Go
about
follow
teaching
them.
online and about freelancing.
Yeah. Cheerio. Thanks for watching.
Cheers. Bye-bye.